Recording is in progress. There we go. Welcome to August 25th, 2025, Rotary Club of Ames. And let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Pledge
allegiance to the
allegiance to the
flag
flag
of
of
the
the
United
United
States of
States of
America
America
and to
and
the
to the
republic
republic
for
for
which
which
it
it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for
for
all.
all.
Thank you. As we start the day here, if there's anyone to keep in our hearts and prayers, if anyone has someone we should recognize or family, please put in the chat or go ahead and unmute. Otherwise, let's just take a moment here to think of someone. Okay, thank you very much. As as we look to next week, we've got a holiday. Hopefully, everyone can enjoy some of that. So our next club meeting will be September 8th in person, out at the Plex again, where we'll have speaker Andrew Gockardy. S- Sorry for butchering that. 30 years of beauty at Ryman Gardens. So we'll learn a lot about what's been going on at Ryman Gardens over the years and recently. Always fun to head out there whenever you can. And then online the following 2 weeks in a row. It's a little different. So we want to keep reminding everybody, the Plex has an event going on, so it's pushing our in-person back to the 29th. So in 2 weeks in person at the Plex, and then 2 weeks in a row online, and then the September 29th will be back at the Plex. So September will be a little different than what we're normally used to. So keep that in mind. Celebrate Community, fourth year for this national collaboration among Kiwanis, Lions, Optimus, Etrusia, and Rotary. We have agreed to this particular fundraising, or what would be more collection of food items and for the local pantries, and collection of some items for the school kids. We'd like you to bring those donations Monday the 8th. So you got a couple weeks to kind of collect. If we could collect those in person on the 8th, we'll have a table set up. Here's a lot more information right here, non-perishable and then toiletries for the students. We'll set up a 6-foot table and start to collect those on September 8th, and then the delivery of that needs to be Wednesday, September 17th. So looking for a volunteer or two that would might be able to help out on that Wednesday the 17th at noon, to help take those over there. Just message Allison or in the chat if you could please. But yeah, this is a really good United for Good event, with all of these local organizations that do good in this community. So we're kind of getting together, and I think it's a really awesome thing. So anything you could bring, there is that list there. If you forget what's on the list, remember this will be on YouTube, so you can always check back and look at that and see what we can bring for the kids.
It's also posted on our website.
Perfect. So September 8th, our next in-person meeting. Also looking for volunteers for the Miracle League baseball this fall, running through the 27th of September. 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. are the start times for those. So if you'd like to volunteer, you can go ahead and email over to Allison at rotaryclubofames@gmail.com and come out and help the kids enjoy a morning, beautiful morning. Hopefully the weather stays like this. It's kind of like here we are fall. Also looking for volunteers for Octagon Arts Festival. That would be September 28th from 10 to 4. Great event there as well. Heavily attended. Love that event. Been helping out with that event for a few years now as well. So looking forward to those that can help volunteer. And then we also have another opportunity, Ada Hayden Golf Cart Tours. I mentioned this last week. I highly recommend this as well. I went out last year and helped, and it was fantastic. You learned so much about the Ada Hayden and you're just driving a golf cart around, you can contact Jim Patton or email him there to get signed up. Looks like there's 2 days and 3 times each day. So please look at your schedules and see if that's something that you can help out with and help take folks around for that tour. It's well worth it. And then 50th anniversary celebration Friday, September 19th um, for the university museums. Um, so put that on your calendar as well. Hopefully we can get a lot of folks there. We are still looking for public image chair and committee members, looking for 2 to 3 volunteers to help with public image, to help the website, social media, creative marketing, anything in that nature. Please, please, please reach out to Allison at the Gmail, or you can certainly put something in the chat today. There's a training session. Can you back up to that? What was that date? Oh, that's already happened.
Past the training session. I did go. I have some great ideas from it, but
Okay,
yeah, I need to
good deal,
remove
good
that
deal.
from the announcement slide.
And also, still looking for any community service project ideas. We'd love to review those. Um, get them to the board. You can get that again through the email, rotaryclubofames@gmail.com. So hopefully we can find something there. Uh,
That
that's the announcements for today, and love to turn this over. Who would be introducing Shannon today? You want me to do that, or Kevin? Do you want to do that? Fantastic.
I'll be glad to do it. Thank you, Jamie. Uh, so I'd like to introduce Shannon Thiele. She's the Director of Workforce Development at the Ames Regional Economic Alliance, where she builds connections between local employers, students, and emerging talents. Her work spans for kindergarten through 12th initiatives to professional development and talent retention. Shannon also supports the area young professionals and the Ames Foundation as affiliate organizations of the Alliance. She also serves on the Boys and Girls Club of Story County Board, chair of the Young Professionals of Iowa, and is in leadership Ames Class 38. Shannon and her husband, Justin, who just happens to work for us at Discover Ames, both graduated from Iowa State University and proudly call Ames their home. So Shannon, I'll turn it over to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kevin, and thank you everyone for having me. I know today I'm going to be talking about our Live, Work, and Play in Ames initiative, but just seeing the start of the meeting, everything that's going on within Rotary and within the Ames community, that's exactly what we're trying to promote. So thank you again for allowing me to be here. So I shared my screen, so hopefully this is all working here. Okay, perfect. So yes, like Kevin mentioned, me and my husband, we live in Ames. I attended Iowa State University, and so I've lived in Ames since 2012. I know how great this community is, and so part of this initiative is talent attraction and talent retention. So what are we doing as an organization, as a community, as a state to keep people here? I think brain drain is huge within our state, and I actually do have a quick fact right here. In 2024, Iowa had the 7th highest cumulative net outmigration of bachelor's degree holders aged 25 to 29 nationally, and the highest of any Midwestern state. So our young people are leaving our state, and so we need to keep them here. So part of this initiative is really live, work, and play here. So today I'll talk a little bit about the origin, some work highlights, live highlights, play highlights, and some next steps. So the dreamers and the leaders behind this project. So I was honored to work on this project with Elizabeth within our office. We brought 2 different perspectives to the project. So like I said, I have lived in Ames since 2012, but I've lived in Iowa my whole entire life. So I'm originally from Marion. went to Iowa State and then realized that I never really wanted to leave. And Elizabeth came from out of state about a year and a half ago now. So really trying to figure out what's that talent attraction piece that people need to know once they move to our community, but then also that retention piece. What are we doing so then people don't leave? So the origin of this project, we went on one of our inner city trips to Fargo, North Dakota, and we learned a lot of great things about their workforce, how they attract talent, and we knew that we needed to do something. We're not the only community that is doing this. Obviously, Fargo's doing it. I was listening to a podcast a few days ago, and one of the first talent attraction initiatives started in 2007. So our community in Ames needs to do something. So again, what are we doing to keep people here? But also this initiative was a brainchild after that inner city Fargo trip, and learned a lot of really great things from them. So I wanted to quickly thank our workforce sponsors. All of these sponsors really fund our workforce efforts here at the Alliance, but especially our live, work, play. So as you can see, a lot of great local businesses that are sponsoring us. So Work in Ames, this was our original flagship brand. We've had our Work in Ames website for several years where people can find a job, they can get connected directly to a business, but we knew we needed to expand off of that. So we still have our Work in Ames local job board. We love talking about this. I just heard from someone last week at a board meeting that said, oh yeah, one of our staff members found our job opening from our Work in Ames website. So it's being used heavily, and we're just excited to continue to promote it, but also to expand off of it. So on our website, we have multiple different tabs. We have tabs for our area young professionals and our area interns. So one of our goals is to keep these college students here. So get them plugged in with our area intern summer series. We had that this past summer, and one of our first events, we had 90 college students with us. So it was a fantastic event. And then after graduation, we hope that they'll get plugged in and continue to live, work, and play here, but get plugged in with the area young professionals. So right now we have over 187 members with area YP. We do fun socials, we do volunteering, we do different leadership and professional development events. Again, what are we pouring into our young people to build confidence in them so then they continue to stay here? And so some of these clips are pulled from our website. So again, good things come to those who network. I feel like everyone in this group knows that. It really means a lot when you plug yourself in. There's a sense of belonging. Once you find a good job, find that sense of community, find a good group of friends, give back to your community by volunteering. I think that there's so much good that's happening. And so that's just kind of one section of our website. And then live in Ames. So why the Ames region? We know our cost of living is low. There is really a cool connection between Ames and our smaller communities as well. So again, why should you live here? So if someone's brand new, the average drive time to work is 12 minutes. Our home values are low. Average rent, cost of living index, as you can see on the screen, there's a lot of really cool things that Ames has. And so we really want to highlight that. We have Iowa State University in our backyard. They're the top 1% in the world. Let's make sure that we're highlighting this so then people who are just transferring here from out of state know what there is to do, but also, our students, how do they know what there is to do after graduation, the drive times, all of that. And also, people say that Iowa is a flyover state, and we're trying to break that stigma because travel is super easy, but it's not a flyover state. We want people to stay here. Again, on our website, we have 10 more reasons to live the good life in Ames. We're really a tight-knit community. I think with your group, with some of our other organizations throughout Ames, there's that really sense of community. So we want to keep highlighting that and promoting that. Another thing that we have on our website are our connectors. So one of our goals is if we have a newcomer coming to our state or coming to our city, we can connect them with an individual who is really plugged in. So these are just some of our connectors. But they're living in Ames, they're living in Nevada, they're living in Boone. So if someone is trying to look in Ames or a smaller community, we can plug them in with one of these connectors, and hopefully they'll meet up for coffee. Hopefully they can kind of get more of that sense of community that we do offer. And so that'll continue to help with our retention for our talent. Okay, and Play and Aim. So this section of our website is something super fun. We actually partnered with Discover Ames. They have a lot of great content, but also with a calendar of events. So we highlight our attractions. We highlight some itineraries. Again, we never want to hear someone say there's nothing to do here, because I think that is so wrong. There's so much to do here. There's live music. I mean, even at Prairie Moon Winery on Sunday, there was live music out there. I think Cornbread had live music. There's so much going on. So this is just another avenue that we can showcase that. And we hope that this is for any Ames resident to utilize this. So if you're looking for something to do on the weekend, or if you have some guests coming to town, check out that calendar of events, because there's just a lot going on. So again, City Full of Life, we really wanted to highlight to those itineraries from Discover Ames. So they have some from the spring or the summer, fun things to do on the weekend. We highlight our sports. So of course, Iowa State football is happening right now. Once Iowa State basketball starts, all of those good things. But event calendar, we really want to continue to highlight our community in such a fun way, so people don't want to leave. They don't want to go to Chicago for a weekend. They want to stay here because there's a lot of great things happening. And so next steps, we actually launched this May 15th. So it's only been a couple months since we've launched this new website, and we've had 2 newcomers come and move here. One individual from Minnesota, she just recently graduated and found her job on Work in Ames. And then a family moved here from Kentucky. And so we continuously check in on them, make sure that everything's going well, that they're getting plugged in. If they have any questions about, buying a home or any connections that they need, we want to be that connector for them. And so the family in Kentucky, he recently said that they've been biking around all over town, and they're living in Nevada, and they are working with a real estate agent right now to purchase a home. So a lot of really good things are happening. And I feel like as we continue to promote this brand with different organizations like Rotary, this will continue to expand our reach. And I think that we'll continue to see more highlights from it. And we do have social media accounts. So if you are on Facebook, feel free to scan that QR code. But we have Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So on our social media channels, we're really trying to highlight fun events that are happening. So whatever upcoming events that are happening, we'll post those on social media, but also different businesses. So if someone is driving around town and they don't really realize what Burke does, oh, well, Burke makes pizza toppings for Casey's, so we're trying to highlight different things in our community on our social media pages. So then people feel more connected. And so then they want to continue to stay here. So those social media pages have really been growing over the past couple of months. And I know my intern this summer, she was making some really great graphics. It's kind of fun to have that college student lens since we're trying to promote this to everyone in our community. So again, I just wanted to say thank you. So Discover Ames, they helped with our calendar and our Plan Ames page. Soltech Systems helped create our website. Our workforce sponsors help fund us. I think that there's so much positive going on in Ames and our region, and we just want to keep promoting that in a great light. But again, we are community driven here at the Alliance. So we serve 4 counties, and one of our taglines, getting around is easy from town to town, that is. So we want people to keep going out and exploring. I know since we've created this website, I've learned of different things that I didn't even know were going on, or different restaurants that I didn't know were in Hamilton County or in Greene County. I didn't know that, I haven't even visited Ledges State Park yet. So there's a lot of things that I haven't done yet, and I've lived here since 2012. And I hope people get out, explore our community so they continue to live, work, and play here. But that's all I have. I'm happy to answer any questions about the initiative. Any thoughts?
Shannon, I'll kick things off with questions. So I've raised the point to Debbie Durham with Iowa Economic Development about workforce development in Iowa, and I know that they tend to recruit a lot outside the state to try to draw people in. But I really feel that the state is missing the boat with the students at Iowa State and the out-of-state students that are not only at Iowa State, but at all the colleges and universities in the state. Iowa State has over 12,000 out-of-state students. What are you doing to try to connect with them specifically to try to get them to stay in Iowa?
Yeah, definitely. So actually this week, Iowa State is hosting Welcome Fest at Memorial Union. So I'll be going there, promoting Live, Work, and Ames. Again, getting them off campus. Campus is fantastic. We love Iowa State, but making sure that they know that there are other restaurants and places to explore. And Ames has over 40 parks, getting them out of campus. So we're going to do that at Welcome Fest. I know with different connections with the university, I've been trying to plug in with those students, but then also with our area interns program. So if we can get these students to one event, we hope that we can get them to the next one. So then we can continue to tell them all of the great things. I mean, I know when I was an Iowa State student as a freshman, you're really on campus the majority of the year. And that can kind of shift and change your perspective. And so we want to get them outside so they can continue to see all of the great things that our region has to offer and that Ames has to offer. And so I think that that's definitely, that is a hard thing to connect with these college students. So then once they graduate, they don't leave us. We want to keep them here. So doing what we can as an organization, I think is huge to keep our young people here.
Shannon, there's a question in the chat. If we know of someone coming into our area, what's the best procedure to get them in touch with you?
Oh, definitely. They can email us, they can send us they can call our office, but with this website, they can search liveinames.com, workinames.com, planames.com. We're trying to keep this as easy as possible. So if someone is even just doing a quick Google search, they can get connected right away. So honestly, any of the above, we would be happy to connect with them, and especially those newcomers too. If we can get one meeting with them, hopefully we can get the next meeting and then they'll continue to stay here.
Right. Another one that just came in. What is our cost of living compared to other states and communities? Do you know the relative cost of healthcare as well?
I do not know the relative cost of healthcare. I know our cost of living is quite low. Let me pull up. So our cost of living index is 87.6. So that is the total cost of housing, food, childcare, transportation, and other necessities is 12.4% lower than the national average. So we're in a good spot for cost of living. And again, it can be overwhelming if you move to a new community. So what are we doing to get people plugged into the different organizations, to real estate agents, so then they can buy a house here since our cost of living is low. And another thing too, we are working with Iowa Economic Development Authority. To help with that talent attraction. So they're promoting our state as well as us promoting our own community, but they're getting leads. And once they connect us with them, we're trying to connect them with other individuals in Ames.
Shannon, Jamie here. I've actually posted on your Work in Ames site before. Can you talk a little bit about that for folks that might, want to attract the talent that way? Can you talk about that a bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So Work in Ames, we have our local job board. So it automatically fills from some of the posts from LinkedIn and other websites, but that's another tool for businesses to add their job posting if it's not already included. It's another avenue for job seekers to find open positions, but also for those businesses to find new staff members. We've utilized that website for several years now, but I think with this expansion of our website and this brand, it's only helping us. We see how many views that people go to the website. You can add your resume. It's a really great tool for job seekers and also business owners. If they're hiring, get it added if it's not on there.
And that's a free listing, correct?
Yep,
And
absolutely.
then it goes
Yep.
out
So
to
it's
some
nothing.
of the big search engines like Indeed and that kind of thing.
Yep, correct. So we really want that to be another way for job seekers to plug in. I know that Iowa Works from our state pulls different jobs from that as well when they see that. And so with our workforce sponsors as well, we're highlighting their openings. Since they do fund some of our workforce programming, we want to highlight some of their job openings and any other job openings that we see in Ames and our region. We're posting those on social media, on our stories, really trying to get the word out that, get people connected with a good job. Yep. And like Kevin said, there's currently 816 job openings right now on our website. So there's a lot of work out there. So we're highlighting that.
So some big news recently here. You've just added Greene County into the fold of the Alliance. Talk a little bit about that if you can, and its impact with this website as well.
Yeah, definitely. So we signed the Greene County contract just a couple weeks ago. So that means the Ames Regional Economic Alliance will serve 4 counties now. And I think that that's huge for our organization. They have one of I think the best Main Street right now in America, in Jefferson. So that is an amazing highlight that we get to feature at the Alliance, but also on Live, Work, Play in Ames. Yes, it's in Ames, but we want to highlight our other communities as well because we're all benefiting from it. If someone has a strong Main Street, let's highlight them too. So then people can kind of move around town and check things out. But yeah, so with the Greene County edition, I think is really great for our organization, but also our region, just because once one community is thriving, I think the others benefit from that. So doing some workforce efforts over there. They have a really great high school, a career academy. So I'll be doing some work over there, but also different economic development projects. I know Greg Picklop within our office. He's the new executive director. So he'll be working in Greene a lot, and seeing what we can do as an organization to help them grow, help them thrive.
That's a great addition for the Alliance, and I know having been to Jefferson myself a few times, it is a beautiful community and the whole county really. So it embodies really what you folks are trying to do with the three main counties, and now adding that one is fantastic. So great work there.
Yeah, definitely. We want people, whether they're living in Jefferson and they're working in Ames, vice versa, or they're playing in Boone, but they live in Ames. It all benefits us. We don't want individuals to be moving to Chicago, Kansas City, bigger cities. We want them to stay here. So I think that that's really highlighted in this initiative and what we're trying to do as an organization.
I was going to say, a major draw for many young people are has to do with the outdoor resources, mountains, coastal areas, and so forth. Matter of fact, I just had a class reunion. Quite a few of my classmates went to Colorado, moved out to California, and so forth. Even older people like me, and I know that puts Iowa at a real disadvantage in terms of not having those types of amenities. But we do have a great trail system. And I know, do you try to promote biking and so forth in Iowa?
Yes, definitely. And I think the Story County Trail, they just had a ribbon cutting a couple weeks ago. So trying to expand the trail so then they can connect. So yeah, trying to promote those outdoor activities. We have a saying on our website that the grass is greener except when it's winter in Iowa. Yeah, I mean, yes, we know it's cold here. We know it's going to snow. We know it's icy, all of the above. But you can still get out and explore. So we want to continue to promote that to our newcomers of, yes, if it is in the winter, you can do X, Y, and Z still. But in the summer, go out to Ada Hayden, go out and explore the trails. We have a ton of biking. I know the city of Ames even just put different bike signs out to promote bike trails. There's a lot that we can still do in Iowa, and you don't have to go to Colorado. You don't have to go to another state to explore that. It's all right here.
Shannon, so you mentioned social media. Is it one social media channel that's live, work, play, or do you have separate social media handles?
So we were talking about that. We had a Work in Ames Facebook in the past, and so we thought, do we separate them all out or do we kind of combine them? And we thought with this initiative, it made sense to combine it. So we highlight all different things on these social media channels, like some upcoming events, live music, farmers markets, things like that, but then also job openings. We promote different connectors. So if someone's on our social media page, they can kind of see all of this information and get plugged in what makes sense for them. So if they're brand new to town, okay, I need to get plugged in with a connector, or oh, I need a new job. Let me find a job on Work in Ames, or I've lived here for 25 years and I'm just trying to get back out in the community. What's that new restaurant? I didn't know that they had live music on Fridays, things like that. We wanted to just be kind of just comprehensive of this initiative, so we have it all combined.
Cool, thanks.
Have you noticed a lot of traffic on the site since you launched it?
Yes, we have. And with social media too. I mean, this was something brand new that we started. So I think in 2 months we had over 57,000 views. And on our website too. I mean, I think the traffic, it helps that the Alliance is promoting it and it's an Alliance initiative with all of our members, investors, and followers. But I think too, it's something that we can grow. I know we have a bi-weekly meeting within the team of what else can we do to market ourselves in fun and unique ways. And so we're launching a You Belong Here campaign where we're going to be highlighting individuals who live in Ames and who have unique stories. And so we hope that these newcomers or even current residents see that and it can resonate with them of, oh yeah, like my backstory is similar or my backstory is not, but yet they built a business here or they've lived here for 10 years or 15 years. Like their stories are really cool. So trying to figure out unique ways that we can highlight our community members that have been living here.
Fantastic. Any other questions out there?
Yeah, this is Warren, man. I'll ask another question. As the issue of diversity and inclusion continued to be, talked about both at the state and national levels, is the Alliance engaged in any programs to make, this a more welcoming community? You see a number of reports that indicate young people today aren't necessarily seeing the environment in Iowa being as friendly as people would like. Where are you as those kinds of issues continue to be in discussion socially and nationally?
Yeah, definitely. I know like Kevin mentioned earlier with our affiliate organization. So Area Young Professionals, we're a super welcoming group, trying to welcome everyone to our community and getting them plugged in different avenues. But yeah, I mean that is tough. And like you said, I think Iowa struggles on that. But also our community trying to showcase that as a welcoming. So with our You Belong Here campaign, we're hoping that we're highlighting different types of people and different backgrounds, so people can kind of feel that sense of belonging, and it is a welcoming community. Well, any other questions? I just wanted to say thank you again. I really appreciate the time and talking about this initiative. I'm super passionate about it, and I don't want our young people to leave, but I don't want anyone to leave. I love living here. I love working here, and so when I can kind of talk about it to other groups and to people, it fills up my cup. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shannon, from everybody here. Really appreciate it. And those going to watch it later, really appreciate your time and sharing that. And couldn't agree with you more. It's a fantastic. I came to Iowa State and left for a couple years and was happy to be able to come back and move back here with my wife. So we absolutely love the community too, and all that the Alliance does for the 4 counties now. So congratulations on that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Um, I would like to take the time, since we've got a little bit more time here, to Glenn had a really great announcement at the end of our last session. We really didn't have any time for any questions about that. I wanted to put Glenn on the spot here and say, is there anyone that maybe didn't hear the announcement last week or would have a few questions for Glenn? We've got a little time here. Maybe we could talk about that a little bit more, because that was quite exciting for more projects to continue, and a huge donor from another club in the state, in our district.
Glenn, I heard you mention that it was someone from the Webster City Club. Was it an anonymous contribution, or will the person be named and recognized for their contribution?
At this time, he still wants to stay anonymous.
Okay.
So we're, honoring his wish.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I was wrong last week when I said it's 480,000. It's actually 493,000.
Cool.
And,
So
and Glenn, is it accurate? So that completes what was set out from the beginning to get this project in phases. This completes the all the phases then. Is that correct?
yes, we set this one up to be phase one and phase two, and as soon as phase one is done, construction on phase two will start. They're already getting the things are starting to happen over there as far as getting ready for this because they expect to be done with phase one the end of this year, maybe January or February at the latest. So it's kind of coming up pretty fast.
Glenn, is the Webster City Club supporting this individual as in what way? I assume it's more than just one that's writing a check.
They want to have their own fundraiser and have more than just one person's money in there. Yes, they want to put club money into it and go from there. And
Glenn,
they
any estimate on how many people in the region this will impact positively?
well, the whole combined phase one and phase two will be somewhere between 4,500 and 5,000 people that will be getting water. So, yeah. And it's past experience has shown us people actually move back when there's water. So that number will grow pretty quick.
Yeah, and local businesses start to be able to thrive, and more folks aren't going to fetch water, so they're able to teach and to learn and to do the things that we take for granted.
Yes, and when we started selling this program at the very beginning, we said it's a women's project because the women are the ones that carried water. And now they have time to do whatever they want to do. This is putting the girls back in school because a part of their job was to fetch the water with the mothers. And the mothers are starting, raising their own food more gardens, more chickens, more goats, that sort of thing. Uh, so it's really been quite liberating for half the population, if you want. And then the other side of that is, like you said, other small businesses are starting because they have water. One of the first ones that was in Kigogo, the first project, a brick baker moved back to the village because he saw a need for bricks because all of a sudden when people are moving back, they're moving back, building houses and building other things. And it kind of starts a snowball effect. Well, if we got more people, then there's more jobs needed. And pretty soon it's just keeps going. So once you have water, everything gets rolling.
Yeah, great cause, great place to put extra funds. Anyone who can help with that, it's fantastic that that club has gotten involved as well. Not only the one individual, but the whole club trying to help out too. So
And they've been involved with every water project, that club. So, and
yeah.
they've actually gone over and seen them. So that's another plus. They've been there, they've seen it. So,
Well, great work. Thanks for championing that, Glenn, and being a part of the district as well in that aspect, and representing our club very well. So any questions from the group at all for Glenn? More questions, that is, I mean. Well,
if they have questions.
yeah, if you do, you can always catch Glenn at an in-person meeting too. Well, with that, go to the order, I guess. Shannon, maybe she's still on or jumped off, but the work in Ames, the job board, I've used it in our business. I encourage everyone to take a look at that if you're in the need for someone, or have someone that, hey, you're looking for a job. Go ahead and post on that job board. It definitely helps and works. Um, and lastly, before the four-way test. As we get to the spring, we're going to be planting trees. So I'm going to start looking for areas that would be good for us to plant trees at around the community. So if you have anything in mind, love to hear from you. have a connection somewhere, we'd love to just start talking about that. So, and with that, I guess I'll go ahead and close out here with the four-way test.
Sorry, can we do one quick announcement?
Absolutely.
For September 8th, just a reminder to bring your donations, but also there's just a little small print there that I wanted to be sure everyone saw, that the school is also accepting gift cards for Overflow thrift store so that families can purchase additional household items. So if you're not able to bring toiletries or non-perishable foods, we can even take cash and get some gift cards purchased for them as well. So just wanted to mention that as well to everybody.
Yeah, what a great idea. What a great idea. Hopefully we can bring a lot of stuff in for that. So, folks, as we close out here, the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day and a great week. Enjoy the weather.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Allison.
Yep.
We'll talk to you soon.